Last time, Batman brought in the old gods backing Superman into a corner. But Superman has Shazam, a man with the power of six gods! Welcome to the Complete Story Series, where we take trade paperbacks and single issues and we break them down into digestible bites to help you understand. Then we read it dramatically back to you. All alterations to the panels, text, and images are to prevent copyright problems, and all art is owned by its respective companies. Last time, Superman thought that he'd won because Batman went into hiding. But Batman came back with Zeus, the king of the gods, to fight against Superman. What is he gonna do now?
Well, maybe Superman will get Poseidon, god of the sea.
Well, luckily, we have Aquaman, the king of the sea.
Ooh, I'm so scared.
Yeah, you should be.
You fools don't even know the meaning of scary.
Shazam is coming in hot, ready to fight this. He was tied up in Harley Quinn's base, but now Ares has released him to come to Superman's aid. Superman is about to lose his fight against the old gods, but Shazam has the wisdom of Solomon, the strength of Hercules, the stamina of Atlas, the power of Zeus, the courage of Achilles, and the speed of Mercury. Superman might be having problems with a single god, but Shazam has the power of 6 gods, and he is on Superman's side. Standing in front of the Hall of Justice, Hercules is currently holding Wonder Woman by the throat, ready to end the life of his own sister, when Shazam slams him from behind. "Kick his ass, Shazzy," Harley shouts. And Hercules begins fighting it out with Shazam by punching him in the face, but Shazam uses everything he has to slam Hercules in the gut. Meanwhile, Wonder Woman is struggling to regain her breath when 3 of Huntress's friends walk up behind her. Wonder Woman murdered Huntress by mistake when they all fought against Trigon in year 3. Batwoman kicks Wonder Woman while she's down, and using her own lasso, she wraps it around Wonder Woman's neck. She begins to strangle her as Batgirl tries to stop her, but Batwoman lets her go. You aren't worth it, Diana. Over with Shazam and Hercules, the power of 2 gods can be heard with every punch! The ground is literally being pushed back by their force. So Shazam changes it up, and he thunderclaps Hercules' ears, and then he headbutts him and double slams him on the back. Let's change your name to Hercules, because you don't deserve my H. Meanwhile, Superman is in space from the uppercut that Hercules gave him last time, and he's finally coming to realize that this is the end. So he comes rocketing back to Earth at unbelievable speeds, using all of the force of entering orbit to finish off Hercules, burying him into the ground. Everyone stops because Superman just killed the demigod. So Apollo shoots him in the shoulder and curses him with a plague. Shazam tears the arrow out and then he punches Apollo with his strength, leading the rest of the gods to jump in and fight. But over on the other side of the battlefield, Batman gets hit in the head with a baton, and Damian stands there. "I'm gonna enjoy kicking your ass." Batman and Damian have been at odds ever since Damian accidentally killed Nightwing, with Damian joining Superman's regime and Batman leading the insurgency. Damian jumps in and Batman blocks it. Batman tries to calm his own son down, telling him that he's the most skilled fighter to ever wear the Robin costume. But Damian screams, "Don't say it too loud, your favorite son might hear you." "This isn't about Dick, Damian. It's always been about Dick." "I'm really sorry, Damian," Batman says into Damian's eyes, "for blaming you for what happened. It wasn't your fault." And then Batman throws Damian to the ground. But Damian gets up and punches him. "I don't believe you!" "Come back to me, Damian. We can be Batman and Robin again." So Damian tears the R off his chest. "I will never be your Robin again. I'd rather die first." He leaps in and Batman knees him in the stomach, knocking him out. While back with Shazam, he takes off into the sky to break Eros' wings, and then he's struck by lightning, turning him back into Billy Batson. He falls to the ground and standing in front of him is Zeus. He stares at him and shouts the word that brings back his powers, "Shazam!" But nothing happens. Zeus stares at him. "I am the All-Father, and you only have your powers because I granted them. No more will you hurt my children. Superman, abdicate your throne or I will punish you all, starting with this boy." Harley runs at Zeus. "Let him go!" So Zeus hits her with a lightning bolt, killing her. "I need an answer, Superman." Realizing he doesn't have an option, Superman sends his team back to their home cities to wait for word from him, and they all disperse. Once the battle has ended, the world asks the question, what's next? Are the ancient gods going to rule the earth now? Where is Superman going to go? And the old leaders question, can they do something to get their power back from Superman? Over at the Hall of Justice, Ares, the god of war, approaches Superman to continue their plans. Ares has been playing both sides. He convinced Batman to join the fight, while at the same time has secretly been working with Superman, after we learn that he hasn't always been the god of war, but was actually a thing turned into the god of war because of his love for war by Zeus. He informs Superman that if he wants to stop Zeus, he'll need to get Zeus's brothers involved, Poseidon and Hades. Ares does love war. But who is Ares really working for? Meanwhile, over at Themyscira, the home of the Amazons, and Zeus's army's location, Wonder Woman barges into Batman's tent as she's being forced to be on Zeus and Batman's side because her father is Zeus. She demands to know how he dare go to her father for support. Look at what he's done! And he tells her he only wanted Superman to surrender. He isn't the one who called for trial by combat. That was her who demanded that she get to fight against Superman. At that moment, both of them begin to feel the ground shaking beneath them, and they run outside to see a monstrous wave approaching them. Meanwhile, in the underworld, Harley Quinn is on a boat with Billy Batson and Wonder Woman's mother, being sent to the Dungeon of the Damned. Back on Themyscira, everyone is heading outside to see the giant wall of water coming their way, but Batman realizes the water has paused and it's waiting. It's Poseidon, and he's holding the wall up, so Wonder Woman jumps up there to ask what the meaning of this is. He demands that Zeus abandon this pointless pursuit and return to Olympus. And then a blast of heat vision takes down Hermes and his flyer, allowing Poseidon to declare that he stands with the Kryptonian. So Batman tries to call Aquaman for help, but Aquaman tells him that he won't be getting involved with this, and he hangs up on Batman. That's when Mera gives him a look, the look that says they need to get involved. Wonder Woman jumps up and punches Superman for getting more gods involved in this, and then an arrow from the Amazon army flies and it hits Poseidon in the shoulder. So Poseidon lets the wave come down on the island, just as it gets inches from crushing everyone. Mera stops it. Poseidon swipes his trident at Wonder Woman, throwing her into the water, and Aquaman tackles him. Batgirl, Catwoman, and Batwoman decide that they can't fight against a wall of water, so they're gonna work on getting everyone to safety before it falls. And back on the wall of water, Poseidon hits Aquaman in the junk and stabs him. You're just a man fighting a god! Superman breaks from the fight to go get Diana in the water, and Poseidon begins pummeling Mera, trying to get her to break her concentration so that his wall of water can fall. So Aquaman pulls Poseidon down into the water, and then he hits Poseidon with a right hook and then a left hook, while a squid brings him his trident and he runs Poseidon through the back. He then holds him up and feeds him to a shark. When Aquaman goes back to the surface, he can see that Mera can't hold the water anymore, and the entire wall of water crashes down at Themyscira. Meanwhile, back in the underworld, Harley is popping green pills that grant strength and wrecking anyone in her path to try and get the three of them out of here. That is until she causes so many problems in the underworld that Ares appears down below to stop her. She gives him a kick and steals his mother box? They then boom tube to another place, a place that they don't want to be. Back on Themyscira, the waves are crashing down on the Amazon city, and everyone is trying to evacuate beyond a couple of cliffs so that Batman can bomb the cliffs and seal the water off. While Batman does manage to seal the water and save the civilians, he is left on the wrong side of the wave with the Amazon army and Batwoman, until Flash runs in to save everyone. He runs up to the cliff. Oh man, oh man, oh man, too close, too close! Zeus then appears and tells his brother to stop this right this second and pull the ocean back. Why do you side with the Kryptonian? Are your strings that easily pulled? No, I do this on my own accord. Then you defy my choice? No, Allfather. And Poseidon retreats, leaving only Superman to stand before Zeus. Superman, you have lost your right to inhabit this planet. Leave right now or die. So Superman swings at Zeus! His punches literally go through thin air, and Zeus smacks him aside. But that's when Batman runs over to Clark. We've all been played! Zeus then hits them all with lightning, and Clark struggles to get out the words. What do you know? More than I'm about to say. I got word that Harley has a mother box. Realizing that this can only mean one thing, Superman leaves Earth. Meanwhile, we see where Harley, Billy, and Wonder Woman's mother have all boom-tubed too. Apocalypse. Darkseid is behind all of this, and that's when Superman hits him at top speed. He flew all the way here. Your scheming with Ares ends now, he shouts, hitting Darkseid again, and then with his heat vision, he cuts all of the chains holding everyone.
I've been waiting for you, Kryptonian. I want my revenge for what you did to my son.
For those of you only joining us now, all the way back in the first year of Injustice, Superman killed Kalibek, Darkseid's son. Superman jumps on Darkseid! You will never touch Earth again, hitting him with everything, and then Darkseid throws Superman back! Billy gets himself, Harley, and Diana's mother back to Earth, where Zeus is attacking the planet and destroying all of the other religions to show that he is the one true religion. While back on Apokolips, Superman and Darkseid are using everything, and their power is so tremendous that it may destroy the planet of Apokolips. Neither of them can win because Superman cutting loose is more power than Darkseid can handle. But Darkseid is also a new god, a being of tremendous power in his own right. Darkseid is amused.
So we fight to the death then, Kryptonian.
Back with Harley and Billy, Batman and Wonder Woman show up, and Batman tells Harley to give him the mother box. He has a plan. He always has a plan. He boom tubes the New Genesis, the home of the High Father, the new god All-Father. Back with Superman and Darkseid, Darkseid begins taunting Superman.
You are dark, darker than normal. Is this due to the death of your wife?
No, you don't get to talk about her! And he hits him even harder! Superman is beyond angry! They both punch with such force that the very concussion of the impact throws everyone down. One of Darkseid's followers runs over. Master, you must stop! The core will rupture! So Darkseid kills him!
You dare command Darkseid!
Superman then uses his heat vision to throw Darkseid back again, through the walls and into the very planet itself. That's when Orion shows up, another of the new gods. Kal-El, you must stop! Darkseid gets up and looks at Orion.
You dare interrupt us? When I finish with him, you will feel my wrath.
But Orion tells him that he comes with a message from the Source. If they continue this fight, Darkseid will die along with millions. Darkseid grits his teeth.
And the Kryptonian?
The Source was not clear. So Superman looks at Darkseid. Let me make this clear. Stay away from Earth. Back on New Genesis, Batman explains the situation to the High Father, but the High Father doesn't want to get involved. Until Batman explains, the old gods and the new gods are now working together. Ares and Darkseid have caused this latest conflict. Back on Earth, the world's leaders decide to take action against the gods on Olympus, at the exact same time that the remaining members of the Justice League are marching on their throne on Earth. As the League and the gods fight it out, the world's leaders fired nukes, and they're coming in threatening to kill everyone. Hal Jordan told them all not to worry, he has it this time, until Arrow shoots him in the back with an arrow. So Wonder Woman decides that she'll sacrifice herself. She flies up and catches both nukes, and then she flies into space, throwing them up there until Superman, on his way back from Apocalypse, grabs them and brings them even further into space. As Wonder Woman falls down to Earth, Superman catches her this time. He then lands in the throne room of the gods, and he calls for Zeus. It's time to end this, and Zeus appears. You dare invoke my name! Zeus raises his staff and he condemns Superman to death, but the High Father then appears in front of Zeus. No, I cannot permit this folly to continue. You dare give me permission? I will lay waste to this entire island. Then, the High Father freezes time to speak to Zeus alone. You were manipulated, Zeus. They toyed with you to destroy Superman and you ultimately. You chose the survival of Olympus over Earth a long time ago, and the Source has told me that your time on Earth is at an end. The Source? Then the High Father unfreezes time, and Zeus tells Hera, it's time to go. He then gives Billy back the power of Shazam. Superman leaves and he grabs Ares by the throat and he drops him off with Darkseid. He's yours now, Darkseid. I don't ever want to see him on Earth again. And Darkseid's left to torture Ares forever. Superman then goes to the world's leaders to tell them that he's going to remove their nukes again. This will not happen a third time. Meanwhile, Lex and Batman are talking about how they can't think of a way to stop Superman. They are running out of options. Lex suggests that maybe now, Batman will consider that there are others out there, powerful individuals with a stake in Earth who could be convinced to join the fight. That's when Lex's alarms go off, as his clone of Superman that he's been working on behind the scenes has broken free. And that concludes Year 4. Now there will be a Year 5, but it doesn't even start coming out until January, so we're gonna have to wait a while so we can finish this. Year 5 will wrap this series up into the video game, so I hope you're as excited about this as I am. I'm Benny the Comicstorian, and I'll see you guys next time right here.